we went to Gamescom and we had no idea what we were doing. So it was a lot of fun. We met a lot of people. It was amazing. It was great to see the state of the entire gaming industry. It was way more than I imagined. But, you know, I felt like we could have prepared ourselves a little bit better. Like we made the most of it. We went from one publisher to another, introducing ourselves and telling them about ourselves and you know, telling them about our game. But I felt like if we knew a few weeks before that a little bit more what to expect, we would have been a bit less overwhelmed. So I wanted to make this video to put it out there on YouTube and for other game developers like us to kind of know what to expect and prepare a little bit better. By the way, this applies to any convention. Gamescom is the biggest one, but any convention that you're going to go, this applies to. So you can go as the public, as a spectator, or you can go as a professional, you know, game developer, or you can have a booth. Later, I'll talk about what do we recommend to do. It also depends on where you are with your production of the game, because I don't say the right things. So what kind of ticket do you want to get? Okay, if you just like to play games and you're excited about the convention and the cosplaying and the games and the announcements and Keanu Reeves and all that stuff, then get the general admission ticket. If you're a game developer, I'm assuming a lot of you checking out this video are game developers, you can either get a booth, you can get the business, like the professional, the pro ticket. So business to business, so there are, I think there was 10 or 11 buildings, huge buildings, 2 floors each. The scale is you can't imagine the scale. It was huge, and 3 of those buildings were business to business buildings. So cool. We got the business tickets. We got there. We got our cool nerd badges that everybody were wearing there, and we felt great. We felt like, yeah, we're doing this. We went inside, completely overwhelmed. Just all these companies, you know, we'll share some videos, but they all have these amazing booths, you know, depending on the size of the company, and just people walking everywhere and talking, and you know, we you know, weren't sure what to do. So in the next part, I want to talk about once you're in the business area, how do you mingle? How do you make the most out of your ticket? It's a very intense experience. You're there for 3 days. You fly there. You know, you want to promote your game. You want to meet people. So how do you maximize this experience? Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the structure. In the business to business area, there are areas that each company they get their own booth, and depending on the size of the company, they make the booth as appealing and as awesome as possible, because it's like their storefront. They attract attention from everybody. The little companies have a little booth. The bigger companies have bigger booths, and also they put, like, you know, from 3D holograms to capture your eyes to amazing looking, you know, walls full of sculptures and lighting fixtures. That's super creative, and it's really, really amazing to see. One thing that really struck me is that even the little companies had a great banner. So you need a great banner and a great logo for your company or your game. One thing that was a little bit confusing is we weren't sure if a company is a publisher or if there are, you know, an animation house, if they are distributors, if they are developers. So that I think they could have been a bit clearer about what they are. You know, you use this app that you get with your business ticket, and you can find on the map where everybody is and what everybody does. But it's a bit of a hassle, you know. So you probably should plan accordingly. Like if you're a game developer like us and you want to meet publishers at this stage, you want to get funded, you probably want to focus your search in the app to publishers that fit your caliber of game. If you're a indie publisher, if you're a AA game, a AA publisher, etc. And accordingly you plan kind of who you want to meet and where you want to go. Now, it's very hard to get time with people, right? Everybody came there for a limited amount of time, and they want to maximize their, you know, convention time as much as you do. And they have their own agenda. You know, indie publishers want to meet the best indie games that they can, and they have to vet them because there's hundreds of developers that want to meet them. You know, Same goes for any other company. Who do they want to meet at that point in time for their business, So usually what they do, the bigger companies, they have a front desk for each area with the gatekeeper, right? So they're very nice, they're, very hospitable and nice people usually, but they're kind of there to kind of vet who is there to talk to them. All right, so a little bit of organizing what each area is. So there are areas of little businesses that are kind of spread around. Usually they put them in one area. There could be a lot of different types of businesses, publishers, developers, services, animation services, sound services, that kind of stuff. Then you have the higher tier, like the medium-sized companies. They have very nice booths. And then you have the big boys. They usually put them in one kind of area. Very, very big booths, and usually very closed. They have like walls around them, and you can't just approach them. Something else we saw is the first day we arrived, we saw there's like country names, Spain, England, France, country names. So we had no idea what that is. What are they doing there? So actually, each country have their own program of development, and they designate a space for each country. And you can contact your country and find out more about their sponsorship. Usually, if you sign up to their program, you can get a booth in the country. In, like, let's say we're Spanish developers, we decide to have a booth maybe next year. Maybe we'll contact the Spanish game development program and ask for a booth. It's much cheaper like that. And a lot of the game developers and publishers actually chose to be in the country area. Now, some of the countries seem to be more open to talk to other people and network than others. For example, the UK really was a closed area. They were one of the only ones, and there was like a gatekeeper that wouldn't even let you get inside the UK area if you didn't have a meeting before that. Whereas France, for example, was very open. They just kept the booth open. And you can tell by the way they build their booth if they want you to approach and talk to them, if they are comfortable with connecting to the other businesses, or if you need to set up a meeting in advance. Which brings us to the next subject, which is setting up meetings in advance, which we did not do. So I got an email after I got the ticket that I got into this internal networking program website through Gamescom, and I could contact people and start setting up meetings. I was like, okay, great. Let me set up my day. I just contacted 20 people and I set up my 3 days and set up meetings. I got 0 meetings from this, 0 meetings. So yeah, you should do that through their program and try to plan as much as possible, but also understand that each business has their own their own needs and the right people that they want to connect to, and they really want to maximize their time in the convention. So you can set up 20 meetings and you can only get 2, so that's totally normal and fine. I would start working on it if it's a big convention a little bit before we did. I started a week or 2 before. I would say 4 to 6 weeks before would be great. I know for Gamescom Asia that's coming up, it's a bit too late, but maybe because it's a smaller festival, it's still possible. Another thing is, for example, for the UK, I saw there's a little symbol underneath the booth that says, compatible with Meet to Match. Meet to Match is so it's a networking website, and usually before conventions, for example, I went to the Barcelona Indie Convention, and they were working with Meet to Match. So Meet to Match actually works a lot better, I found, than the proper Gamescom website. So if you have a Meet to Match option in your convention, I would highly recommend it. It's very useful. People look at it. It's very easy to reschedule, to change times. It books your schedule automatically, so everybody's schedule gets automatically filled according to if they choose to approve or deny the meetings, and it's great. So I really recommend Meet to Match. Maybe even a week before is okay, but really try to set up your meetings before to maximize your time and get your game or your services in front of other people. So you bought a ticket, you arrived to the convention, you got some meetings, but you still want to meet people without meetings. Like you're gonna make a lot of your contacts. You're gonna meet a lot of people by being social and network, and just generally being nice and friendly and trying to maximize your time. So how does that work? Make a plan for the day. We kind of winged it, and we were walking around and looking at our phone and trying to make, okay, have we met this guy? Have we met that guy? I don't know, maybe we should go there. And we kept running around from place to place. I would suggest just make a plan for the day that's concentrate on a certain area, so you don't have to bounce around between a lot of places. And then just try to be friendly and just chat with the gatekeepers, with the front desk, and tell them who you are. And they don't really have a lot of time to hear your life story and all that stuff. Be friendly, tell them who you are, where you are in the universe. You're an indie developer. Are you is it your first game? Are you a solo developer? How big is your studio? Kind of put it in the conversation. What do you want exactly? That you heard about their company. You would love to meet the people, the scouts, and hopefully they will tell you, do you have a meeting? Or, oh no, but we were hoping to meet them, and they would hopefully get you. They would tell you maybe come a bit later, or they're very busy, but here's the contact information, and that's good. At least you have a card, you have a contact. Then later post the convention, that's where you send all your emails and make all your contacts. And maybe you're lucky, and maybe they say, actually they do have 10 minutes, or wait 5 minutes until he's done with this person, then jump in. We had one case that they were like, hello, we're developers from Spain, do you have a few minutes from us? They would tell us, well, we got 3 minutes. And I was like, okay. So I sat down and I did my elevator pitch. So that's when you should be very prepared to tell them about your game very quickly. Sometimes they have 2 minutes, sometimes they have 10 minutes. You never know. Should be very confident. I watched what's the name of the show? When they put Undercover Billionaire. so I was in the hotel room between each day. I watch Greg Cordone in Undercover Billionaire, and specifically for the meetings part, because you can see my hair. So he has this kind of energy, Greg Cordone. He comes in the meeting and he's just a killer, even though he's pretending to be a person that just arrived to town without any money, without any context. But you just see it in his eyes. He has this kind of killer instinct. He's charming. He gets to the point. He doesn't stutter. He makes eye contact, great body language, and all that stuff. I tried to crush it basically as much as I could. Sometimes I did great, sometimes I didn't. I remember times that I drank a beer and I felt very confident, but I was talking a bit too loud, and like, that meeting's gone. Anyway, you try to make the most of it. A lot of your convention, if you're serious about the game and promoting it, is meeting people and trying to get your game funded, get the publishers to like who you are as a person and your game. So in conclusion, what would I recommend doing? What would I do next time? So if you're in the early stages of developing your game, and you don't feel you have a demo, you don't feel you're ready, I think it's quite okay to go get the pro ticket and just go and mingle and meet people and network and try to get publishers that way. If you have a demo and you want to start showing it to people, I would recommend getting a booth. I would recommend getting a booth in the public area. So you can get a booth in the business area, like I just talked about, all those businesses, or you can get a booth in the public area. As an indie game developer, I would get a booth in the public area. There's a huge floor dedicated for indie games and for developers that want to showcase their game. Get it there, meet people, have a team there, just showing the game around, letting people play, letting the public interact with them, letting the press see it, start talking about it. And at the same time, you should have a representative going to the business area and trying to meet people there and telling them about your game and telling them, come to the public area, check out our game. And hopefully they also have their own laptop. They can show it in case there's an opportunity there. Definitely try to set up the business meetings at least a month or 6 weeks in advance. I would recommend Meet to Match if it's available for the convention. and if not, use the designated website. And having said that, there's gonna be a lot of networking, on the fly. That's gonna that's gonna happen. And don't be shy. Put yourselves out there, and respect the other company's time, and still, be friendly. Make it like a memorable experience for them. Make it fun for them to interact with you. It's overall a social experience. A great social experience. And it's just very exciting, and you start getting feedback and start seeing, meeting a lot of people, and hopefully something great comes out of that. And there you go. That's a little bit of an overview about Gamescom. I think it applies to any convention you want to go. I think conventions are an amazing opportunity, to get contacts. We got a lot of publisher connections, and amazing people. We met also fellow developers. It was great to hang out with them. We met like a company that develops great AI we might use for our enemies. We saw an amazing animatics, that company that does animation that we might use. So it was overall an amazing experience. I think that it's like the most useful avenue business-wise you can pursue to generate leads and contacts, and then promote your game. So we're planning to post a lot of content on this channel. We're working on our game that we're super excited about. We're gonna have a devlog series. We're gonna have behind the scenes. We're gonna talk to the different people that are working on our game. So if you like this kind of stuff, you like this content, please share, subscribe, press the bell notification icon wherever that will be, and we'll see you in the next video.